KenBeans. I wanted to say I love your videos. I think they're very cool. I also wanted to say I don't think I can do it because I'm not very good at like the game and all, and like I'm really shy and I feel like I can't do it. I don't think I'm gonna enter. I just wanted to put this at the video, and then you see it and you just like, no, I'm not gonna do it. But I love your videos and they really help me get like better and stuff. So how to play angle video, and I love that. It really helped me. Thank you, KenBeans. I appreciate it.
Shout out to that amazing video. That was really heartwarming. Anyone can learn from these videos though, so let's strap in and let's get to work. I got a whole bunch of submissions. I went through every single one. Quick disclaimer, if you didn't make it, I will do more of these in the future. These are always good videos. There's a huge variety of players, which always makes the next one entertaining. Topic of this video is piece control. I don't claim to be the best, but I'm going to try my best to cover the most crucial mistakes as well as the positive things in these clips. Everyone who entered, who I can find, their link is going to be down below in the description. Use code KenBeans if you like these type of videos, and let's hop into it. The first one's going to come from your boy. This is a clip I got from playing the Cash Cup the other day, and it does a real nice job of counter piece control. Right away, one of the first things I do whenever I get tripleted on in this spot right here, the only move I can make is to flip the cone. I'm fully boxed in and I'm looking to leave, and luckily I was able to escape. Once I escape, I'm playing really far away. That's because if he charges at me, I don't want to be in his box. When I do this piece control and cone him off, notice how I'm hugging the far left side so I can jump, shoot, and get out of that box while placing a wall. I realize he's getting in my face, so as I go for this piece control, I'm still continuing the momentum backwards and playing backwards so I can jump, shoot, and even if he placed the wall here, I probably would have been outside that box, but nevertheless, I got to stare in his face. Whenever a sprayer runs at me like this, I always look to side jump on them because it screws up their crosshair placement and makes them have to readjust. This clip is coming in from Vuxi. Anytime you got a guy pressed up against your wall like this, see how they're playing outside the box? That's good, but once you shoot, you need to look directly down to place a wall instead of going into the box again. That's what will help you get better piece control and not get shot. If you want to get good piece control, you need to set yourself up correctly. I will almost never reset a wall or edit something where I'm surrounded in a 1x1 and I can't escape too well. Every time you have a successful right hand peek, hold the wall and wait for them to do something before you go in with another move. This is the most textbook definition of this meta. People will spray you as you're trying to do edits, so hold and be patient before you go into another one. This is a really good example from Trexter. Whole bunch of damage was done at the start. Once this player jumped off, you see how they do the high wall, but the stair goes first and then the wall. That's the move you want to do. Then the floor gets placed after you edit the wall. This right here is goodie bag FN. When you're ramping up and you realize that the enemy placed the wall, if you looked more to the right, you would have been able to place a cone on that stair. All the builds get chopped down and they do the exact same thing again. This time goodie bag looks in the exact spot I was talking about, knows that this is a really common spot to 50-50 and plays outside the box by placing a wall and then goes back in. Really, beginner players don't think about placing walls to block off the 50-50, but goodie bag did a good job here. One thing I wanted to mention about Brayden 3X in this clip, does a lot of good piece control and gets one kill in the beginning of the clip. Following up, a lot of people are in this spot all the time. Anytime I got a guy in this position, good idea to get the cone and reset real quick. Holding the wall sets it up right in everything. While you're going in this motion, if you continue to look up in this spot, you'll be able to get the back walls, jump up, and go for the shot all in one, rather than just doing the edit, having to reset, go for the piece control again, and then go for the shot. That's a huge difference, and that's definitely something I would start doing more. Raider has a drill in almost every piece control map for things just like this. This right here is another fellow creator I know. He's my boy. His name is Liquid. He makes solid videos on TikTok. Doesn't have a lot of mats off spawn. What I really like is the patience that he has when he plays the game. Sneaks the piece control in there and holds the wall. While holding the wall, he tries to time a top right hand peek. Once he misses though, he still plays patient and remains calm. The most important thing that piece control is remaining calm after you do anything. As he's repositioning, one thing he does when the wall gets placed in front of him and it's not his, when you're directly in the center, you kind of don't have too many spots to go. He turns around to place a stair over his head. Sadly, he dies in the most annoying way possible to the drum gun, but that's a really good example of counter piece control and playing patient. This is Sing Tome on Instagram. I really do like how they're keeping the pressure up real nice and edit coursing a little bit. That's really good practice for W keying. Overall, I think the biggest mistake in your game while piece controlling is just your aim. In this one clip, could have been a bad one. I would definitely aim train like 20 minutes before you really start playing the game, and maybe even lower your sense just a tad. I used to play at a higher sense kind of like this and play the same way. Once I lowered my sense, my aim got way better, my crosshair placement got better. Just a thought, but that's just my 2 cents. Since arena points reset, I can tell Vix FN's been grinding arena a little bit. Players around this skill level are really good at shooting and placing a wall really quick. Notice how they snuck in the cone really behind the right hand peak and then just smoothly tracked with the SMG. This was a textbook example of minimal piece control that worked. 7W Namji. Rolling up to this fight, if you want to drop down on a wood wall, start spraying as you're falling and claim the wall first, then place the floor to catch yourself. Get really quick with that movement and you'll take the wall more times than not. One thing you never want to do is do exactly what they did right here and jump into the box. The second the opponent sees you in the air, they instantly box you up every single time. That's what a good player is going to do. They asked how to not take damage and fight. Never ever turn corners on boxes and jump into them. Always walk. This was a nutty pump shot. If it was me, I would have been looking to create multiple multiple boxes and heal up, but that's a big GG nevertheless. Savages, here's what happens in your clip. Really good idea to aim for the head instead of the body here. Once they get the crack, they run up. This is kind of normal finding the opponent's weak, so they're just trying to get up right in their face. Whenever you do this move right here, you need to ramp more towards the left instead of being close to the right like this. The enemy could have easily shot you here, not like they were trying to, but against sweaty players, this is a really crucial angle that you don't want to give them. I believe Z-Phoenix. I do like this play a lot. They shoot out the stair. A floor gets placed because most likely the enemy is going to try and place that floor to land on it. Edits them down and shoots them. Going up on this build fight, they're about 2 layers away. Jumps all the way up, places the cone right here, but manages to get a cone above their head. Definitely work on quickly pressing that button once and not getting the cone directly above your head. Good prediction here, good piece control. Definitely a solid kill. This person Salty sent me a crazy clip. Never knew this happened to players. This is kind of weird, but just straight died in a car. Next clip. This is the homie Acid itself for my stream. I have a few crucial things that I want to point out. Lots of players who don't know their binds that well, they're going to jump at awkward times. Remind yourself to not jump while you're doing piece control in a situation just like this. Flat level, no real need to jump. Nevertheless, I do like how they went on the opposite wall, went for a shot, and claimed the wall in front of that enemy. Once you do this edit, this sort of reminds me of like a little kid trying to reach for the cookie jar. You see how they're trying to get this piece control, but kind of jittering their screen a lot, hoping that they hit all the right spots so the bill's placed in the right spot. Practice it and get rid of that camera shake. I think the reason why Acid's doing that, probably because I don't think that he knows the right spot where the bills are going to place. So the more you do these type of things, the better you're going to get at it. Here's V7 Zerk. Jumping down on a player gets a kill. Don't always try to go for piece control on enemies, especially because you're not taking them off guard and you're weak. Use your mats to go heal up and then get back into the fight. This is a kind of a no edit. Here's Sorry GG's. When the fish jumps down and gets cracked, Sorry's really trying to look for some piece control. Does a side jump with the cones being the first thing to place. Once they get the wall, some super good reading going on here by Sorry to piece control the back end of that stair. That's a crucial thing to do. You don't always need to edit the wall in front of you. This is the official alo. They said I used the tip that KenBeans gave of pushing players with cones then boxing them. I know this isn't the cleanest finish, but I'm getting there. Definitely respect for doing it in real game. If you're doing that thing I'm teaching you though, don't have it be the very first thing you do. As you're landing here, your shotgun should be out so you can shoot then place a wall. See how official was landing with his cones trying to do all this piece control? That's never gonna last against better players. As you're falling, you shoot, place a wall, edit it just like this, and then go in with the cone. I believe this is Rikkert. When you do high walls just like this, right? Edits the cone and edits the wall. You see how Rickert's trying to go in with cones up and down, but doesn't get the top cone. Rewind to the second. When you edit this wall, do the 4 tile edit so you can connect the cones up and down. Laving Runatic. Interesting name. I'm gonna teach you the exact mindset that I would have if I were you. Once you edit this cone, as you're jumping down, if you're gonna spray with your SMG, get used to taking the wall first. You either have to do one of 2 things. You take the wall after it breaks, or you're literally trying to get in their face. I wouldn't sit there on the wall just spraying randomly. Laving Runatic said I'm always running straight into my opponent. The best tip I can give to you to train your brain to slow down is definitely always to remember anytime you're gonna go push someone that you shot, you're either taking their wall or trying to get into their box with some sort of exploit. There was multiple opportunities to leave this box after you guys exchanged shots in 50-50 for a little bit. You could have backed up, placed a wall here, or you could have jumped up and placed a floor here. Nevertheless, good kill. CJT here in this clip is on 100 ping. My respects go to you. One thing I would recommend, once you get the 2 walls in front of you, I like how you went in for piece control, but you didn't slide the cone into his box first before you placed that wall. Notice how you went in to place the wall and then place the cone again. Imagine you edited the first time, dragged the cones over to get into his box, then placed the wall, went for the edit, the shot would have been way cleaner. But really good headshot, 100 ping is crazy. This person Live and Love didn't leave their socials, but this is a crucial mistake. Anytime you piece control someone from this angle, never do you want to shoot them and then try and place 2 walls on the corner of this box. Because you're attacking them at a diagonal, you think that you have to back up and place 2 walls in front of you. Really good cone and floor placement from deep behind the stair, but after I shot this person, I would have been backing up to place the wall just like this. This is the homie Family Strokes, and the only thing I would recommend to you, personally, when you get a player in this spot, learn how to swipe the edit down, but not be right in front of them. You see how the entire time you're making this edit, you're running directly at them even after you confirm it? Have more control over your movement, so after you edit the stair, you'll be outside the box, you can shoot them and reset the wall. This is CosmicBKD. Cosmic, the most important thing I'm going to tell you is to not jump too much. Control your jumps way more. Once you get here, you could just look up to place the cone. Also, ramping up on this stair, beginner players used to do this a ton at the early stages of Fortnite. I rarely ever jump on the direct center of a stair if I'm trying to ramp up for height. That's directly going to cost you to jump again. Also, good piece control here to predict the back end of the box. As you're doing the piece control, you got to be more aware of where they're at. You should be looking to piece control and drop down and swing the walls to the right. I think you're overthinking just a little too much. Try to slow the game down in your head just a little bit, so that way you can have more awareness of where the enemy's going to be. Here's a different Brayden. This is a retake that I don't believe to be too good. To me, it's a little old-fashioned, and you definitely don't see high-tier players doing this anymore. I would recommend learning this retake instead. This is a little bit more complex, nevertheless, but I always use this in my fight, so it's really useful. I do love the little high wall you did here. That's really good, but you need to hit your shots just a little bit. If I'm you, I'm either aim training a little bit or lowering your sense just a tad so you can feel calmer and smoother as you go to lineup shot. I believe how you say it is Aki Boss FN. They want to know how to not die to sprayers and how to counter it. In your position right here, really good job to cone, then wall, but don't look to piece control them until you see them moving in that spot. You're so focused on trying to do this piece control that you don't realize the guy is not going into that box anyway. If I'm you, I'm trying to get a little better at looking at this guy directly while you're fighting him, so that way this spraying stuff doesn't happen too much. This is AnimeMasterKam. One thing I think you guys should never do when you're dropping down on someone's box like this, don't place the stair like this. Once Cam tried to go to take the wall, it ended up breaking anyway. So then you got to reset what you're doing. You did it once here and then you did it again. To me, it's a crucial mistake that I never see top tier players doing. Daruing FN. Whenever you guys make this top right hand corner edit, trust me, do not do the edit like this. Even though you won the trade, be closer to the left as you go for the edit. You're following up with more piece control. You do the double edit here. You almost had him just finish up with the walls on the bottom. Once you shot, you then place the walls, which is good. When you do the piece control here, you should 100% practice doing this more in creative. When you place the cone, look steeper down to get both of these walls just like this. Really good job though. Phaser, I talked about this in the last vid. Anytime someone gets a stair over your head, instantly place a wall instead of doing the cone first. Then you can go out to the side and go for height. Once you jumped up here, you land on a floor and then you can directly double edit across that box. If you're gonna jump, make sure that it's meaningful and don't just jump by accident. Linear memory is what you have to do right here. When you get the full box, this is good that you were doing it from below. You see how you place the wall on the bottom? Edit that wall, side jump, and then use that wall to go for a right hand peek. Don't try and go through the box like this. You're way better off doing it the other way. Sam, after you crack this guy, don't get used to placing cones like this. Personally, whenever I'm in this spot, I would have just went around the box to the left. If you're gonna break this, at least place a stair of your own, so that way they can't make an edit and shoot you. Also, because you placed the cone, the first thing I would have did was reacted by running directly to the right. You tried to go for the wall anyway. Whenever someone makes an edit, to avoid getting shot, the first thing you gotta do is crouch. Once you get this wall, it's the same thing I told Family Strokes. As you're doing a Mongrel Classic, control your momentum. Don't edit the stair and run right at the guy. If you're gonna edit the stair, say outside the box. But personally, what I would have done here was place a cone instead. Here's a really quick example from Dura VFX. Remember earlier, don't land on the stair just like this. When you spray into the box, you should be looking to place the wall directly in front of them. Once they place the wall, now it's weak. The first reaction you should have is to stair exploit in. You could have jumped just like this and placed the wall and blocked them or went for more piece control from here. Nevertheless, you did get the kill anyway. That's how I would approach it personally if I was playing this game, so I can kill him fast. I'm sure this is a long video, but this was really worth it. Didn't make it in here. I still love you. I'm sorry. I couldn't include everyone, but there will be more in the future. Use code KenBeans. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces. Peace.